Welcome to our video tour of the Starbucks Barista Athena home espresso machine. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to create the perfect shot of espresso and creamy steamed milk every single time so you can enjoy espresso beverages right in your own home. For years, our customers have asked us, how can I make the same great tasting espresso beverages like I get at a Starbucks store? In response, Starbucks designed a line of exclusive espresso machines incorporating our years of coffee making experience. The Starbucks Barista Athena is the perfect home espresso machine. Let's show you how it works. First, you'll need to wipe down all the external parts of your new machine with a warm, damp cloth. Fill the water tank, all 48 ounces, with fresh, cold water. Next, you'll need some finely ground coffee, preferably Starbucks espresso roast. Finally, if you're going to be making a milk-based drink like the latte, cappuccino, or a mocha, you'll need fresh, cold milk and a stainless steel frothing pitcher, and if possible, a thermometer so you know the temperature of the milk when steaming. Other items to have handy are a scoop, a tamper, shot glasses, and a clean, damp cloth just in case you make a little bit of a mess in the kitchen. When creating espresso using the Starbucks Barista Athena, there are 4 key things you must do. You must prime the machine, steam the milk, prime the machine again, and brew the coffee. In other words, simply remember, prime, steam, prime, brew. Let's show you what that means. Let's prime the machine. Place a cup underneath the steam wand. Turn the machine on and immediately open the steam knob to dispense about half a cup of water. What you are doing is flushing out the old water and introducing fresh water into the system. This will ensure that when you create your shot of espresso, it will be with fresh water, creating a better beverage. After dispensing about half a cup, turn off the water flow by closing the steam knob. Your machine is now fully primed for steaming. Now that we've primed the machine, we need to wait for the ready light to come on. The ready light tells us when the machine reaches the proper temperature. Now you'll notice that the light is green, and it's green for a reason. Green means go. So do not pass go until the light is green. Now if you are making a milk-based beverage like a latte, cappuccino, or mocha, it's important that you steam your milk first because the milk stays warm much longer than a single ounce of espresso. Now at Starbucks, when we prepare a shot of espresso in our store, we never let the shot sit around for longer than 10 seconds. Because there's so little liquid, the temperature and flavor will change quickly. So let's get the machine ready to steam. Depress the steam switch to the on position, and you'll notice that the ready light goes out, which means it's not yet at the proper steaming temperature. Wait for the ready light to come back on before steaming. While we're waiting for the ready light to come on, fill the frothing pitcher approximately half full of cold milk. Starting with a chilled frothing pitcher and cold milk will make it easier for you to create rich, creamy foam. Once the light is on, we can begin to steam. Take the frothing pitcher and place it underneath the steaming wand. Put the very tip of the steaming wand just under the surface of the milk and open up the steam knob. What you're doing is introducing air into the milk to create the wonderful foam. Once you have the foam you desire, immerse the steam wand into the milk to continue to heat the milk. You may rest the frothing pitcher on the drip tray if you wish. Now using your thermometer, watch the temperature of the milk and stop steaming when your milk reaches the desired temperature. Starbucks recommends a temperature range of 150 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit, but beware, milk scalds at 172 degrees Fahrenheit. Once at the proper temperature, turn off the steam knob. Pull your frothing pitcher away from the steam wand and immediately wipe the milk residue from the wand with a damp cloth. Now be careful, the steam wand is hot. Once the steaming process is complete, depress the steam switch again to turn off the steaming mechanism. Now let's prime again. After you press the steam switch off, you'll notice that the ready light is still green. But you cannot brew yet because the water inside is too hot. It's still at a temperature for steaming, not brewing. So we're going to need to prime again. To prepare to prime, you're going to need your Rapporto filter system. The Rapporto filter system is a revolutionary new way to brew coffee because not only can it brew using the conventional method of ground espresso, but it can also use a new method of brewing espresso called the pod. We'll talk more about that in a minute. For now, as we prime, we're going to use the hot water found inside the machine to warm up your Rapporto filter system. Place your empty portafilter into the brew head, pull all the way to the right, and let snap back into place. Take your shot glass and place underneath the portafilter. Depress the double brew switch. The light on the switch will flash green, indicating that it has been activated. Now, because the Starbucks Barista Athena is a programmable machine, the flow of water will automatically stop when the water reaches the pre-programmed level. Once the machine reaches the program level, the green light on the switch will stop flashing. Now, here is a very important part to ensure you prime the machine properly. Because the Starbucks Barista Athena is pre-programmed to pull a shot of espresso, you may be required to depress the double brew switch 2 or 3 times in order to properly prime the machine. What this procedure does is lower the water temperature from steaming to an appropriate brew temperature. You'll know when the water temperature is lowered because the ready light will go out. Once the ready light does go out, let the machine finish pulling the pre-programmed amount of water. Never remove the portafilter while the machine is dispensing water. Dispose of the water in the shot and remove the Rapporto filter system from the machine. This procedure will also help you warm the portafilter, and one tip to ensure excellent espresso beverages is to make sure that everything is warm. Warming your portafilter and your shot glass will help you brew the perfect shot every single time. We've primed the machine, we've steamed our milk, we primed the machine again, now it's time to brew. What we're going to do now is show you how to create the perfect shot of espresso using both ground espresso and espresso pods. First, let's look at what a shot of espresso should look like. For our first shot of espresso that we're going to make, we will use the Rapporto filter system with the ground basket insert. We're going to use some freshly ground Starbucks espresso roast, our scoop, and our tamper. Here we go. Measuring 1 scoop of Starbucks espresso roast, place it inside the portafilter basket and tamp very lightly. Place the portafilter into the brew head and pull the handle all the way to the right as far as it can go and release the handle. It'll automatically snap back into place. That's how you know when the Rapporto filter system is properly positioned. Place your shot glass underneath the portafilter. Make sure that the ready light is on and depress the single brew switch. The light on the switch will flash green. The flow of the water will automatically stop when the water reaches the pre-programmed level of 1 ounce. Looking at this shot, notice the color variations. The heart is thick and dark at the base of the shot. The body of the shot billows to the surface. The shot is topped with golden crema, full of sweetness. All of these elements are found in the perfect shot of espresso. This is what you want to be creating. It has the body and texture that you want. So when you make a latte and take your first sip, you'll say, "This is a taste that I've been missing in my home espresso beverages. This is what I've been looking for." Now let's look at how to create a perfect shot of espresso in a more convenient way. Let's brew another shot of espresso using the new espresso pods. A pod is a pre-portioned and pre-tamped single dose of finely ground espresso that easily and effortlessly makes 1 ounce of espresso. Inside the pod is Starbucks espresso roast. But rather than deal with the measuring and tamping of the espresso, the pod does all the work, leaving you with a perfect shot. First, let's prepare your portafilter system for the pod. Remove the ground espresso basket from the portafilter and replace it with both the pod insert and the pod basket. Like we did earlier, use the hot water from the machine to warm the portafilter system. You will notice now that the portafilter is nice and warm. Now we're ready to brew. Let's show you how to use the pods. Remove the pods from the flavor-sealed packet and place inside the portafilter basket. Take the portafilter and place it back inside the brew head and pull the handle all the way to the right as far as it can go, then let go. It'll automatically snap back into place. The portafilter system is now ready. Place 1 shot glass underneath the portafilter. Make sure that the ready light is green and depress the single brew switch. The light on the switch will flash green. The flow of water will automatically stop when the water reaches the pre-programmed level of 1 ounce. What you'll notice with this shot is that it has the characteristics of a perfect shot of espresso, especially the beautiful golden crema. It's full of caramely sweetness that will allow you to create the perfect espresso beverage. Now let's make that beverage. Pour your shot of espresso into your mug. Add your warm milk with the foam on top. You have just created the perfect cafe latte. And now you can get right to enjoying your beverage because cleaning up after using the pods is so easy. Remove the portafilter system from the machine and discard of the pod. There's no mess. That's how easy it is to use the new Starbucks Barista Athena home espresso machine with the revolutionary new portafilter system for both ground espresso and pods. If you continue to have questions on how to use this machine, or if you have questions on how to use coffee or espresso for your favorite drink, please give us a call at 1-800-334-5553 and enjoy. To change the programmed water amounts on your Starbucks Barista Athena, you will need 1 or 2 shot glasses with a 1 and a 2 ounce mark. You may reprogram the water amounts with or without coffee in the portafilter basket, but it is always better to do so when the portafilter has ground espresso or an espresso pod in it. If you do reprogram the water amounts without coffee in the portafilter, pull approximately 1/4 to 1/2 ounce more water through than you will actually need. This will allow for proper coffee saturation during brewing. To reprogram the single brew switch, make sure the pod insert and pod basket are in the portafilter system. Be sure to prime the machine following the priming steps prior to beginning this process. Make sure the ready light is on. Using 1 scoop of ground espresso or an espresso pod in the portafilter, place the portafilter firmly into the brew head. Be sure the portafilter handle is firmly in place as far to the right as it can go. The portafilter handle will slide back into its correct ready to brew position. Place the shot glass under the portafilter. Depress and continue to hold the single brew switch. Release the brew switch when the desired amount of liquid in the shot glass is reached. The new programmed water amount for the single brew switch has now been accepted. To reprogram the double brew switch, make sure the ground coffee basket is placed inside the portafilter system. Be sure to prime the machine following the priming steps prior to beginning this process. Make sure the ready light is on. Using 2 scoops of ground coffee, place the portafilter firmly into the brew head. Be sure the portafilter handle is firmly in place as far to the right as it can go. The portafilter handle will slide back into its correct, ready-to-brew position. Place the shot glass under the portafilter. Depress and continue to hold the double brew switch. Release the brew switch when the desired amount of liquid in the shot glass is reached. The new programmed water amount for the double brew switch has now been accepted. If you continue to have questions about programming your machine, please call us at 1-800-334-5553. Your Starbucks Barista Athena will bring you years of coffee enjoyment if treated properly and cleaned periodically. Brewing espresso and heating milk can cause a few problems that are easily avoided with some simple care and cleaning procedures. We're going to focus on the 3 most common you may experience that are easily avoided by a quick cleaning. The 3 areas of concern are the brew head, the portafilter, and the steam wand. Let's start with the cleaning of the brew head. Before you begin with any cleaning procedure, it is essential that you turn off and unplug your Starbucks Barista Athena machine and allow it to cool thoroughly before cleaning. Once the machine is cool to the touch, you can proceed. At least once a month, you should clean the coffee ground from the brew head using the brew head cleaning tool that was supplied with your machine. Insert the brew head cleaning tool into the brew head with the teeth side up. Turn the cleaning tool to the left and to the right to remove any large coffee particles from the brew head gasket. Remove the brew head tool and then take a damp kitchen towel and insert it into the same brew head area. If you don't have your brew head tool, a damp towel will work just as well. This will remove the smaller, finer coffee particles that sometimes get stuck up into the brew head. Pull the towel around this channel area. Continue to clean with the towel until there is no discoloration on your towel. Plug your machine back in, turn on the power, and depress the double brew switch. The water will come through the brew head and remove any excess coffee particles. Because the machine is pre-programmed, your cleaning may require you to depress the double brew button several times for a more thorough cleaning. For a more advanced cleaning procedure of the brew head, consult your instruction manual. Now let's look at the portafilter. When cleaning the portafilter system, begin by removing the filter basket. Wash the portafilter basket with a brush, taking care to remove any remaining coffee grounds from the basket holes. Make sure to rinse the basket thoroughly. If necessary, take a small pin and poke any clogged basket holes in the filter. Place the basket back in the portafilter and then place the portafilter inside the brew head. Turn on the power and depress the brew switch. The water will come through the portafilter and remove any excess coffee particles. Perform this cleaning process with both the pod coffee basket and pod coffee pressure insert, as well as the ground coffee basket. Be sure to hand wash all parts of the portafilter system. Never place them in a dishwasher. Lastly, let's turn our attention to the steam wand. Because the heating and steaming of milk requires us to completely immerse the steam wand into the milk, many times the milk finds its way up into the steam wand. This can cause problems for the next time you may wish to use the machine. Remember to clean the steam wand with a damp cloth immediately after each use. If you notice a residue buildup on the steam wand tip, or if the water flowing throughout the steam wand appears to be restricted, submerge the steam wand in a tall container of hot water. Allow the steam wand to soak in this hot water overnight. When coming back to the machine, clean the steam wand with a damp cloth. Then, to make sure the inside is not blocked, turn on the power, open the steam wand knob. Water will come through the steam wand, removing any milk residue that may be inside. This simple preventative measure can reduce or eliminate the need for more intensive cleaning. If the stream of water still seems restricted, with the machine unplugged, unfold a paper clip and carefully poke the bottom of the steam wand to see if any dried milk is still blocking the exit. If you continue to have questions in regards to these 3 procedures, or if you have another care and cleaning question, please refer to the instruction manual that came with your machine or call us at 1-800-334-5553.